What's up? This is Big D from TacoYaki Anime, and welcome to day 8 of the 12 Days of Anime. It's that time of year, once again, to celebrate anime. For day 8, I'm going to be talking about Flip Flappers. This is a show that's airing in the fall season of 2016. It is about these two girls who are trying to collect these shards to create a wish. The premise actually sounds kind of like a magical girl show, and it is for some parts of the story. But I really like this show because it's like an Alice in Wonderland kind of story. Every episode, they go to this completely different dimension, completely different world where the rules of regular life don't really apply. There is another group out there who is also looking for these shards, and it's kind of weird for this organization to have all of these members and they only send these 3 or 4 kids after the other 2 kids who are collecting the jewels. One thing that I really like about the show is that the 2 characters have completely different personalities. There's the one girl who's really serious and not really outgoing, and then there's the other girl who is completely outgoing and does everything impulsively, and it's a real cool mashup between those 2 characters. There is a third girl in this show that I really like. I actually kind of like her more than the main 2 characters because she's the one who has the biggest struggle. She's actually best friends with one of the main characters, and the way she grew up was completely different than the other girl. I do like how they flash back sometimes and show more of the other girl's side, so you can see why she's so different than the main character. The worlds that they visit vary a lot. There's one world that was like Tron, there was one world that was like Mad Max, there was one world like Alice in Wonderland, there was one world where all of the creatures were kind of dust particles and like they were getting swirled inside of this one machine, and the basic concepts of it are like a vacuum cleaner where there's like dust bunnies and stuff like that. And the main character actually has a green bunny, and he played a big part of the first episode, and I kind of wish they would bring him back, but with all of the style changes and the world changes in this show, I wouldn't mind if that was his only part in the show. They have so much variety in this show that I'm fully entertained. So I'll definitely recommend this show for people who like fantasy anime and even those who don't really like magical girl shows, because this show for me doesn't really have too much of a magical girl vibe. So for day 8, I recommend Flip Flappers. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye! This show for me came off the heels of One Punch Man, and that was another show that was hyped up a lot. I didn't really think that there was going to be another superhero show after One Punch Man that was going to be really good, but this show really surprised me. The 3D in this show is actually so good that it actually tricked one of my co-hosts for Monthly Catch Up. He brought up the show for a show that he was interested in watching, and I had to break the news to him that it was actually a CG show.